Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Vusi Max back in the building, you feel me? I know I haven't uploaded in a long ass time, and I hope you guys miss me. I miss you guys too, you feel me? Today's video is going to be an analysis video. I have three special charts, and these charts are special not because of what they are or whatever, but because I explained like into detail, in depth, everything, the whole psychology of like trading and stuff like that. So I hope you guys appreciate that. And if you do, don't hesitate to smash the like button, you feel me? So also I have the next 100 video that I'm gonna drop for you guys tomorrow as a treat, you feel me? I'm back, so I feel like I should give you guys at least, you know, sufficient content to kind of justify why I was back, because I kind of feel bad, you feel me? But without taking too much of your time, let's go ahead and analyze these charts. Alright. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we're gonna start with the Euro USD, you feel me? So the Euro USD, we're gonna look at it from the daily time frame, right? So as we're looking at the daily time frame, just like we are right now, you can see that we have a downtrend basically, right? So the market, what's basically going on right now with the market is we're in a downtrend. You can see basically if you look at the lower trend line that I drew there and the top trend line that I drew at the top of the candlestick, the price action, right? So every time the price interacts with the top, at the top with the top trend line, just know that a massive sell-off is about to happen, just like it did before here. And every time the price interacts with the bottom trend line, just know that the price is gonna basically buy into strength, you feel me? So when I say buy into strength, I'm basically saying that like, you're gonna see a lot of bullish momentum at those regions like here and also there, right? And areas where you're gonna see a lot of selling pressures at the top, right? So how do you actually trade this? So to trade this, you analyze it on the daily time frame like we did, and then you're gonna go to the H4 time frame. So when you go to the H4 time frame, ladies and gentlemen, right, you can either do two things here, right? So looking at this whole thing, you can either only look to buy, which you would have to buy there, you would have to buy there, and you would have to buy there, right? Or you would have to look to sell, right? So you'd have to sell there, you would have to sell there, and you would have to sell there, right? So now the thing is we're looking to buy, right? So I would show you how you'd actually have to trade this kind of things where you want to actually buy the pair, right? So to do that, we're going to go to the H4 time frame. So when you go to the H4 time frame, I want to show you through areas, all the areas where we would have to buy, right? So just looking from this area here, right, where the price interacted. Obviously, I said if the price interacts, fam, you need to buy, you feel me? So say you bought there, right, and then eventually reaches a point where the price starts to reverse, and you can see here because we made a double top, right? And then you start to see the price drop, price drop, price drop, and then after that, then you see a higher low. So basically what you're gonna do, né, you're gonna buy when the price interacts with the bottom trend line, right? Then you're gonna write it out, and then once you start to see a reversal pattern like here, then you're gonna secure your profit, right? And then you're gonna wait for the price to dip. So as the price dips, it's gonna get to a point where you're gonna start seeing a little bit of bullish action. That's what you wanna buy, right? Because now the price is gonna rally up to make a higher high. You feel me? It's gonna rally up to make a higher high. When it gets to the top trend line now, you know to sell. And as you sell, right, sometimes you might not see a reversal pattern. Like here you saw there was a double top there, right? And I'm gonna highlight it with this. Basically there was a double top there, but now when you look at an area like here, there's no double top or anything. The price is kind of reversed real quick, and you're gonna see this because this is a bullish engulfing candlestick, right? So that's also a signal to let you know that, hey, in fact, there's about to be a whole lot of momentum pushing in the opposite direction. And if you don't know what engulfing candlesticks are, you might have to go through my history. I've made a video on this one. I went into detail. You feel me? So cause the price has to go and interact with the bottom trend line. What you're looking for now is like as soon as the price interacts with the top trend line, consider it a downtrend. You feel me? So in a downtrend, what you wanna do, you wanna sell at lower high. So you see all this, and then you start to get this massive, massive, massive bearish candlestick, and after that, that's when you wanna sell, right? You just wanna hold until you start to see the momentum start fading and everything like that, right? So here now, the price interacted, and this was a buy for sure. You feel me? So because now we're going into the new week, and we didn't care, like obviously this move has already passed last week. You feel me? So now we're on Monday. What do we do, fam? You feel me? So what I'm gonna tell you, right? We're gonna go to the H1 time frame. When you go to the H1 time frame, you're gonna realize that this was a dip. This was an opportunity to buy. You feel me? But now the market closed. You feel me? So my thing now is I wanna see first what's gonna happen when we make it to this high. You feel me? This high, we might make a reversal pattern. We might make a double thing, a double top. You feel me? Formation that would kind of suggest the reversal, and I wouldn't even enter in that type of scenario. You feel me? But if we continue to see more bullish action and stuff like that, I wouldn't enter this one right now, fam. That's it. I'm just being honest with you. I wouldn't enter this one now because you feel me? I'm already exposed to all this risk from there to the recent low. You feel me? That's all risk for me. So I want to enter a trade as soon as I start to see that bit of momentum and stuff like that. So with this one, I want to wait for another dip. You feel me? Because from where we are to where we're heading, we still have a lot going on. You feel me? We still have a lot going on. And I feel like it's also going to depend on how the market opens on the weekend. But basically what I'm saying, since we interacted with the bottom trend line, right, consider this to be an uptrend now. You only buy when you get a market dip, right? So when the market makes a dip like it did here, that's where you want to buy, and then you want to hold until the next reversal or until the next high. You feel me? So we're going to do that until we interact with this top trend line. You feel me? So that's what's up with the USD. This was a long ass explanation, I know, but I had to get it across. Like I had to articulate this in a way that I know everyone is gonna understand what I'm saying for me. So let's go to the next pair. Ladies and gentlemen, so our next pair is the GBP USD. So this one is gonna be a very quick trade. It's not gonna be one of those trades where, you feel me, you might write it out for the next, for this coming week and also the next other week or whatever. Just like the pair we was looking at before, because this one we don't start it on the daily time frame. You feel me? So one thing you need to know if you're a beginner on this forex thing is, if you look at the higher time frames and analyze on those and do a top down analysis, meaning you go from the higher time frames and then you go to like H1, from gradually going there to H1, maybe a daily, and then you go to H4 and then to H1. You need to understand that's an analysis that's done for a longer period of time. You feel me? So when you're analyzing like this now, on the H1, these types of trends don't last as long as the other ones last on the daily time frame and stuff like that. You feel me? So now, what are we looking at, fam? What are we looking at? We have this low down there. You feel me? We have this low, then we have this correction phase or whatever, and then we have this impulse, right? So the price went to make this high, then we came back to make a low, which was a higher low because it was lower than this one. You feel me? So I'm just gonna draw support and resistances just to kind of highlight what I'm talking about. You feel me? So this was, we can say this was the support. You feel me? And then this was resistance for this phase right here. This was the resistance. You feel me? But now this resistance was support for this one, meaning the support went from here and then it went to here, which means it got higher. For me. So if I draw the support again, you will realize that the support is basically looking like this now. For me, where previously it was resistance, now it's actually support. So the price is getting higher and higher and higher from me. So now the price went to make a higher high. It's higher than this one. You feel me? And then we came back to this support we was just talking about. Then we went to make this peak right there. You feel me? So for this peak, I'm also gonna mark it, right? And in case you're asking yourself why I didn't mark this zone right here, because it's a standalone zone. What do I mean by it's a standalone zone? There's no other place where it's interacting with the price. So if you look at this one was also a standalone zone, but it's important because that's the lowest. That's the I don't like there's a peak and then there's a low, you feel me? So this was the lowest this whole setup ever got to, you feel me? We highlighted this because he interacted with one, two, three. You feel me? We're highlighting this one because that's the peak, that's the highest. This one we're leaving it out because it's not really interacting with anything here. So I hope that part is correct, you feel me? Like that part is clear is what I'm saying. So now what we have now is our reversal zones basically. So I highlighted the first reversal zones. With reversals, they like really easy to trade because all you have to do is just wait for a breakout of the reversal line and then that's a cue to just buy and hold. For me. So here we're waiting for the same thing. Seems like this was it was a rise real quick, but it seems like we're about to get bearish momentum because the market closed there in a kind of a bearish engulfing candlestick or whatever. You feel me? So I would expect the price here to go down a little bit further and then maybe get a breakout there. I don't like taking breakouts when they are like already halfway through the whole move, you feel me? So I measure the whole move by looking at the length of the reversal line. So I would like to at least get a breakout down there or whatever. But we're getting this is a dip. This was a dip and this was a rally up dip, and then the next thing that's gonna follow has to be a rally up. So I just want you to be prepared for the rally up. And since it's a H1 time frame, you don't want to leave this out too long. You want to keep tabs on it. You feel me? Let's go to the next page. So the next page is the USD ZAR. Yeah, no, here I'm gonna take my time to explain what's really going on, you feel me? Because this one I'm gonna have to explain, like dive deeper in the charts and stuff like that. So excuse me guys if this analysis video is a little bit longer than you expected, but I'm not gonna sacrifice on information just to make a video a little bit shorter than what it should be, you feel me? So okay, cool. What you need to know now, what's going on with the Euro USD. I'm just gonna remove the fib ratios and stuff like that. We're on a daily time frame, so we're analyzing this over the long term, you feel me? So ever since we was here, we're in a downtrend basically. High, not really high though, but because I'm only considering this movement, but it's not really a high. Well, let's just say from here, this is a high, this is a lower high, you feel me? But I was considering this one because this is where our trend line actually started, you feel me? So there's a resistance there, then they're all aligning. So that's why my trend line is starting there. But when we're considering highs, this is a high. This is the first high, this is the second high, you feel me? But as far as lows go, there's something weird happening, fam. We have this low, lower low, and then it seems like we're about to have a higher low or something like that. So this is very irregular, meaning there's no particular order of what's going on here. So what does it mean, fam? I want to show you something that you're probably not realizing that might happen, you feel me? So we might have a head and shoulder pattern in the making, you feel me? So let me just show you what I mean when I say in the making or stuff like that. So if you look at what's going on there, we can consider that to be our left shoulder, you feel me? We can consider that to be our head, and our right shoulder might be somewhere there, you feel me? So I only drew this resistance zone, this support zone from there, right? This support zone, this is the one I had when we opened this chart. This support zone was here, right? So the reason it was here it's because I marked the shoulder, the left shoulder. We're supposed to have a right shoulder somewhere, you feel me? But I reckon it's going to be a little bit higher than this. It's not going to be exactly here. I feel like it might be just about here. So let me show you why I'm saying I feel like the Fibonacci not the Fibonacci. What am I saying? I'm saying I feel like the right shoulder is going to be higher than the left shoulder, and I got that through the fib ratios. You feel me? So went, grabbed my Fibonacci, plotted it at the bottom. There's a video on this also. You feel me? In case you need me to explain what's going on in the world. You feel me? So cool. 61.8 is the level that it's like the most strongest levels of them all. You feel me? There's the 23.6, 38.2, 50, and 61.8. You feel me? This level is that's like the key level of this whole thing. You feel me? So of course the market still reacts to other levels, but when it reacts to the 61.8, it's a higher probability of the trade going how you expect. You feel me? So I went ahead and marked the 61.8, which is here, right? So now when I remove the fib, because we already marked the 61.8, you see that it also aligns with this brief support zone that we have here. You understand what I'm saying? So basically what I did now, we can consider this trend line to be our neckline, right? Consider this to be our neckline, left shoulder, right shoulder, and then apparently no, left shoulder, this is our head, this is our neckline. So the way this is looking, I would hope that we get our right shoulder there. You feel me? Because that would be the perfect ass scenario. You feel me? If we just get that thing, the right shoulder there, because we're standing on the 61.8 right now. So if we actually like break below this support zone, then this whole structure is broken for me. I'm not gonna look into trading it any further. I'm just gonna let it slide. You feel me? So once we're here, you're gonna go to the H4 time frame, right? Go to the H4 time frame, and I'm only considering buying from here onwards. You feel me? Because we already rejected the 61.8 structure on the fib, which is also a support. And looking at it now, you can see how many times this level was actually playing into price action. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You feel me? And I'm sure even if we go back a little, 6, so the sixth interaction was here. You feel me? So it just shows you how strong this level is. So now, right now, I'm expecting, if I'm doing anything with this chart, I'm only expecting to see a buy above this zone. If we do break below, then that whole structure is messed up and we can't trade it anymore. So I hope that makes sense. You feel me? Alright fam, so that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you liked the video, and like I said fam, you feel me, like I said, we have NAS 100 video coming out tomorrow. I'm gonna drop it, so you gotta look out for that. If you need signals, you know what to do, man. Hit me up on my WhatsApp 0671709252, or hit me up on my Instagram if you need help with anything forex related or whatever. Alright, so let's kick it. I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. Peace out.